प्यारे बच्चों, आज हम लेते हैं केमिकल काइनेटिक्स का टॉपिक एवरेज रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन एंड इंस्टेंटेनियस रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन। तो व्हाट इज एवरेज रेट, इस ग्राफ के हेल्प से हम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे। द एवरेज रेट इज अ चेंज in measured concentration in any particular time period. Means look at this graph. Along x-axis we have taken time and along y-axis we have taken concentration of reactant, and for this reaction R is equal to P. So here R is the concentration of reactant at time t, and let you know as time will change, the concentration of this reactants will decrease. So we will get a graph of this type. Initially, as time change marginally, concentration change in a great extent. So the slope, initially slope will be greater, and after some time here slope will be small. So you are looking here that suppose at this particular time t1, concentration of reactant is R1. We have taken here concentration is R1 at time t1, and at time t2 suppose concentration is R2 at time t2. So the corresponding time t, the corresponding concentration is R1, and at time t2 its corresponding concentration is R2. So what is the change in concentration? This is R2 minus R1. And what is the change in time? This is t2 minus t1. So this difference is delta t, you can say delta t, and this difference here is, this difference is delta R, concentration of reactants. So rate average can be written as change in concentration of reactant by change in time. So why we have taken a negative sign? Because concentration decreasing. So we can write here this negative R2 minus R1. So we can write here R average is equal to minus change in concentration at time t2 minus change in concentration at time t1. Means concentration of reactant at time t2, concentration of reactant at time t1 divided by t2 minus t1. So this is rate average minus delta R upon delta T. We can write here in this way. And for product, and here if we will take when time t tends to 0, means this difference is very small, then this rate average, this will become d means del R upon del T, means del R means small change in concentration, so it will become instantaneous rate. So when this is known as instantaneous rate, that is R instantaneous is equal to minus del R upon del T. We can write in this way. So with the help of this diagram we can understand what is instantaneous rate. So rate instantaneous is the average rate of reaction when time interval is considered as the smallest, that is del T, means when time interval is very very small. So mathematically, for an infinitely small dt, instantaneous rate is given by this here, means we can write here when dt have already written when dt tends to delta t tends to 0, then average rate is known as instantaneous rate, that is delta r upon delta t when dt tends to 0 it will become del r upon del t. So in this way we can write this instantaneous rate is equal to del r upon del t. So we can explain with the help of this graph here. Look here, this is the slope when concentration of reactant is decreasing. Here for this reaction and concentration of reactant is decreasing, so we will draw a tangent anywhere at this curve, and here this is very small interval of time, means here it is touching this one, and look here, this one very small interval of time, this gap is you can take this gap is very small, this gap is dt, and its corresponding concentration is also very small here, and it is del r. So this is known as instantaneous rate. So with the help of diagram we can explain what is instantaneous rate, and with the help of this curve, this graph, so here it will be minus del r upon del t. We can explain with the help of one example both the average rate and instantaneous rate. Suppose time interval means at 11, this is here, suppose here time is 11 am and its corresponding concentration is suppose 10 mole per liter, this one, this is R1, and at 11:30 here, this is at 11:30 and its corresponding concentration here is suppose it is 8 ml per liter, mole per liter, that is it is R. So what is time interval here? Here T1 is equal to 11 am and T2 is equal to 11:30 am. So what is delta T here? Delta T 30 minutes, and delta R is here R2 minus R1, that is this is 8 minus 10, that is minus 2 mole per liter. So what will be average rate? Average rate will be minus delta R upon delta T, so that is minus 2 upon 30 minutes. So it will be 2 by 30 mole per liter per minute. So this is average rate. This is average rate. And here in case of instantaneous rate, if we will take instantaneous rate, suppose this time is 12:30 and this is 12:30 seconds. There is a gap of 30 seconds and there will be small difference here. So small difference in concentration, suppose it is 0.01 mole per liter, and a small interval is suppose 1 second or 2 seconds. So 0.01 by 2 seconds. Now let us try to understand instantaneous rate. suppose with the help of one example, suppose here at a time t1 is equal to 12:30 p.m. and here it is t2 is equal to 12:31 p.m. Okay, 12:31 p.m. So t2 minus t1 is equal to 1 minute, or it will be 1 second. 12:31 and 12:31 p.m. and its corresponding concentration R1 is equal to, suppose it is 6.00 mole per liter, and R2 suppose here 5.80 mole per liter. So what is delta R here? Delta R will be 0.2 mole per liter. So what will be rate instantaneous here? So rate instantaneous is equal to del R. Suppose we will take here, it is del R. It is del R. So del, this is, and this is del T. So it will be del R upon del T. So this is 0.2 upon 1. So this is 0.2 mole per liter per minute. So this is rate instantaneous. We can find out here in this way. Now let us discuss what are the factors affecting the rate of reaction. So you have gone through this topic already in class 11 in law of chemical equilibrium and Le-Chatelier law, that how the rate of reaction change by changing some factors. So first one is here temperature. This is temperature, and how temperature affect the rate of reaction. So temperature, rate of reaction directly proportional to temperature. So there are two types of reaction, endothermic and exothermic. So in endothermic reaction we can say that rate is directly proportional to temperature. Greater the temperature, greater will be rate of reaction, means reaction will takes place easily and faster. And here we can say that as temperature increase, rate will decrease. So we can say rate is inversely proportional to temperature. But generally for the reactions, as temperature increase, rate of reaction increase, because to take place the reaction initial temperature required. And when once reaction start, then some reactions are there which are independent of temperature, means there is no effect of temperature. What is the effect of concentration? So we have gone through that in law of chemical equilibrium. As concentration increase, A plus B, suppose these are the reactants giving C plus D, these products. So you know rate as per Le-Chatelier principle, as per law of chemical equilibrium, concentration of A into concentration of B. So as concentration of A and concentration of B is high, then rate will be high. So that's why we can say here with the help of this diagram, as concentration is high, the rate of reaction is high, and when concentration decrease, the rate also decrease. So you are looking here with the help of this graph. And what is the effect of catalyst? So catalyst enhance the rate of reaction. Generally catalysts are used to alter the rate of reactions, but there are some catalysts which are known as negative catalysts, which are used to decrease the rate of reaction or to suppress the change in their means how product is, different kind of product are taking place. So they are used to decrease the rate of reaction, but generally catalysts are used to enhance the rate of reactions. So suppose we are taking here one example of catalyst, this N2 plus 3H2, it will give twice NH3. So here if we will not use catalyst, then this reaction will take place several hours or days. But if we use here platinum catalyst, then this reaction will take place easily. Or iron catalyst, we can take here any catalyst, metallic catalyst as per the requirement. So this reaction will take place easily in presence of catalyst. So and nature of reactants, some reactants are like ionic reactants. When reactants are ionic, then reaction is fast. When somewhere then the reactants are covalent, then but it is not common for all types of reactants, but generally it has been observed. And surface area, very important point of surface area. So surface area means finely powdered. If we will use a finely powdered reactants, so finely powdered reactant means their surface area increase. So greater the surface area of reactant, greater will be rate of reactions, because surface area increase, then they can react with another reactant easily. Means if we will use finely powdered reactants, then reaction will be very fast. So that's why in our daily life we use a lot of materials which are in powdered form, because in powdered form their active surface increase. Means if reactants have some active sites, so their active site will increase. So these are the factors. इसी में अगला टॉपिक लेते हैं हम बच्चों, ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक। ऑर्डर क्या होती है, यहाँ पे डेफिनेशन लिखी हुई है, द एक्सपोनेंट ऑन ईच रिएक्टेंट इन द रेट लॉ इज कॉल्ड द ऑर्डर with respect to that reactant, and the sum of the exponent on the reactants in rate law is called the order of reaction. Actually, what is the meaning of this statement? Let us know with the help of one example. Suppose we are having here AA plus BB, it is giving product. So this is a reaction, and what is its rate law? As per rate law or as per law of chemical equilibrium, rate is directly proportional to concentration of A, concentration of B to the power B, and rate is equal to here some constant into this value. We already know, we have done it in 11th class. So this expression is known here in this chapter, rate law. Rate law expression. So it is in rate law. In rate law expression, what is the exponent of the concentration? So if it is single reactant, then if suppose we are taking A is equal to product, then what is rate? Rate is equal to constant K into concentration to A. So this A is known as order. So order of reaction may be known as A. And here in second step, and the sum of the exponents on the reactants, means if there is single reactant, Then for single reactant, the exponent on each reactant. If their reactants means two or more reactants, then sum of the exponents or sum of the power raised to the concentration term in rate law expression. Sum of, we can write here A plus B. So it is order of reaction. So sum of the power raised to the concentration terms in rate law expression, that is known as order here. So with the help of a example, it has been shown here that rate law this for a reaction, suppose concentration of this and concentration of B power this, so order will be this. And here actually what is the exact definition? A simple way we can write its definition. Another definition of order of reaction in simple way, that order of reaction is the number of molecules of reactants whose concentration is changing. Suppose the concentration of B is not changing and the concentration of A is changing, then order is A plus 0, that is A. We can take here one example, hydrolysis of ester CH3COOC2H5 plus H2O, then it will give CH3COOH, it will give acid plus alcohol C2H5OH. So here the concentration of water does not change, concentration of ester change. So how many molecules are there? 1. So order of this reaction may be 1. This is hypothetically we are saying, but order actually it is experimental. So it may be explained on the basis of rate law. If it is found experimentally that rate of this reaction is equal to K and concentration of CH3COOC2H5 to the power half, then order will be half. So we cannot say with the help of reaction that order of this reaction is A plus B. Order of reaction is experimental quantity. Experimentally it can be determined, and suppose on the basis of reaction we are coming to know that one molecule of this ester is taking part in reaction, one molecule of this water is taking part in reaction, but concentration of water does not change, concentration is changed. So we can say that order is 1. And suppose experimentally it is found that rate law only half concentration is changing. So order of this reaction may be 1/2 or it may be 3/2. So order is an experimental quantity. So remember, let us take one example here. With the help of this example we can explain that how order can be written. So this is one question. From the following expression determine the order of reaction, and this is CH3CHO, it is giving CH4 plus CO, and here rate is equal to this, and another A plus B is equal to product, and here rate is equal to this. So with the help of this rate law expression, what is rate here? Rate is equal to, for this reaction, K into concentration of CH3CHO to the power half. So what is order of reaction? So order will be half. Similarly, so it is 3/2. So order will be 3/2. Similarly, for this case, it is given, it will be given in question, rate is equal to K the concentration to the power half and concentration B to the power 2. So what is order of reaction here? It will be half plus 2. So that is 3/2. We can take some example from NCERT also. With the help of this question, we can learn that how order of reaction can be determined. So this is one question, one reaction. From the rate expression for the following reactions, determine their order of reaction and the dimension of the rate constant. So here this is rate for this 3NO is equal to N2O and rate is given, rate is equal to KNO2. So for this rate is equal to K into concentration of NO2. So what is order of this reaction? A power 2, not NO2. So what is the rate of this, what is order of this reaction? So order will be 2. And what is the dimension? What is the unit of this K? So you know rate is equal to, rate you know d R upon dt, that is its unit is mole per liter per second. And what is the unit of this NO2? So we can write rate is equal to, here that is rate is equal to K into concentration of NO square. So what is the unit of rate? Mole per liter per second is equal to K into mole per liter square. Okay, so one power will get cancelled. So K is equal to per second divided by mole per liter, then it will be liter per mole per second. So this is the unit of K. We can find out. Now for this second part, what is rate here? Rate is equal to K into concentration of H2O2 into concentration of I negative. This one. Okay. So what is the order? Order will be sum of power 1 plus 1, that is 2. And similarly, what the K is equal to here? It will be liter per mole per second. Dimension or unit of K for this second part. And for this third part, this third part it is given K for here. Rate is equal to K into concentration of CH3CHO to the power 3/2. So here order will be 3/2. And what will be dimension? We can find out dimension. So its dimension is mole per liter per second, and its dimension will be mole per liter per, sorry, here power 3/2 mole per liter